hello, good morning. It's Alec here again. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour of my vices, my many, many vices. And especially the one that's most important is the vice stand that I'm most pleased with. First of all, when we come to this side of the workshop over here, we have a 4-inch Peter Wright leg vise. 4-inch wide jaws, and it stands at its normal height, which is, I don't have a tape measure, it's probably between 34 and 36 inches. Probably right at about 36 inches high, whatever the standard leg vise height is. And I have this mounted to my bench with all my messy tools. And it is my light filing vise. You know, if I ever need to do a quick bend of small stock while I'm here at the forge, this vise is perfect for it. Now, oftentimes, I'll also come to this. I might have a tool in here, and I might need to come here for just a small little bit of gripping. Having a little engineer's vise in the shop is handy. It's worth saying there's a lot that you can do on an engineer's vise. The reason that we have leg vises is because these are heavy built vises. They've got a really fast moving thread, so you can get in and out fast. And it has this leg, of course, that extends all the way to the ground, allowing us to transfer, I just hit my camera, allowing us to transfer all the energy of a blow into the ground rather than into the cast frame of a cast iron vise like this. Leg vises are great. They really are. And you can do a lot with a 4-inch leg vise. Now, I'm certainly not going to say that you need a very large leg vise. But this is the leg vise that gets used a lot. This is an 8-inch leg vise. It is a French leg vise, and it is mounted to a round steel plate. French leg vise, and it's a beautiful piece of equipment. Something worth saying is that having a vise mounted on that plate is ridiculous. Because that vise, when you hit it from the side, it vibrates. Though it's made of like 2-inch thick square steel, you know, it's heavy. When you're striking on the side, this thing will vibrate. And I don't like that. I want a vise stand that is more rigid. You'll notice that this vise is pretty low also, probably lower than it was when it came from the factory. This is so that when we're working at it, we can swing a sledge at it, and when we're grinding, we're much closer to the natural height at which our hands would be if we were using a grinder. You can imagine when you're grinding, much more natural like this than up here. So, how do we solve the issue of, hang on a second, I walked past the noise. How do we solve the issue of having a low leg vise but also having a securely mounted leg vise? Well, the way that we solve that issue is with the leg vise that I saw Brian Brazil and Lyle Wynn make. It's a low leg vise, they call it the striking vise, and it's great. Here it is. I'm gonna run you through some of what's happening with it. So, you can see it is very low. It is about 30 inches high. Hey Sam. It's about 30 inches high, which allows for us to be able to swing sledges, swing hammers at it, and have it at a pretty good height for that. It's very important, that's what the leg vise is for, and there are plenty of blacksmithing operations where we do want to swing hammers and sledges at a vise. It means we can swing our hammers and sledges at it pretty well. It also means that when we are grinding on the vise, it's a lot closer to that kind of natural height that you want to be at when you're doing heavy grinding. Basically, having a low vise is really nice. It's good to have a high one for when you need a higher vise for smaller filing, but I really like having a low vise in this kind of height range. So as we look around it, you'll see, I believe this is a Peter Wright vise, just because it's maybe worth saying, I don't know. You'll see that here we have a protrusion in the stand, so that I can open up these vise jaws, stick something inside, and boom, I've got a backing right there supported by a leg. You'll notice that this leg comes out in this direction also to stop the vice tipping over towards yourself quite as much. And you'll notice the legs have rather large holes for either staking or bolting to the earth. On this side, it is free so that we can extend a piece all the way down to the ground as opposed to on the other side. And of course, the way this is in there is simply a cutout there to allow the leg to slip in, and then we bolt the vise to the stand. And I have a square piece of tube down there that accepts the leg of the vise. This, in my opinion, is the most superior vice stand I've ever seen. It is solid. Naturally, it's good to stake it down, but even when it isn't staked down, it's extraordinarily solid. It's very nice to work out. Having that low vice, with a vice like this, it's essential. When we're doing heavy work, it's much nicer for it to be low down, rather than having to cramp up your shoulders being up high. You know, having said that, I'm not necessarily a hugely tall guy, but I like having the low vice. I like how sturdy this stand is, and a lot of people have asked questions about it, and so guys, here it is. I really hope that you enjoyed this little walk around about my favorite vices. I used to have plenty more vices, but I ended up giving them away. In fact, I ended up giving one to Sam a little while ago. I've given a load of leg vices away. People are like, hey, I need a leg vice, and I'm like, hey, I'll give you one. I just had too many at one point. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. If there are any other bits of equipment that you'd like me to walk around and give you a little bit of an idea as to what I think about them, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you tomorrow because we make 7 videos a week here. Bye-bye.